Thank you, band. Class of 2022, please be seated. Before we begin, On behalf of Roosevelt High School, we acknowledge that the land on which we stand today is the traditional home of the Coast Salish and Duwamish people. It is by virtue of their ancestors' generous treaty with our government that we have been permitted to live and prosper in this beautiful place. We thank the Duwamish and Coast Salish people as original caretakers of this land and recognize that they are still here with us, sharing their home. We also cannot continue this evening's celebration without acknowledging the music directed by none other than our very own band director, Scott Brown. This will be his last time leading us in this rousing rendition of Pomp and Circumstance after 38 years of service to Roosevelt High School and Seattle Public Schools. Congratulations on your retirement, Scott. I would also like to take a moment to introduce all of our guests and dignitaries that are sitting with us on the dais. We have Mr. James Bush, Assistant Superintendent of the Office of Equity, Partnership, and Engagement. Ms. Carrie Campbell, Assistant Deputy Superintendent of the Office of Strategy, Deploy, and Response. School Board Director, Chandra Hampson. Director of Schools for Secondary, Mr. John Halfaker. And my colleague, Assistant Principal, Roy Murka. Now please stand as you are able for the Star Spangled Banner, performed by our vocal jazz ensemble and directed by Scott Brown. Well, class of 2022, we made it. Your adventure through high school has almost come to a close. On behalf of the Roosevelt High School Sorry, the pages are stuck. Faculty who shared in this adventure with you, I offer each of you a sincere congratulations. I have just a few words to share before we get on with our program. I was listening to the news the other day, and I came across a recent interview between Al Roker and President Obama, which so succinctly captured my feelings when it comes to this graduating class. So I'll paraphrase those words for you all in this moment. He said that Michelle told him, "Our job as parents and educators is to teach our kids not to need us. It may hurt, but when you see them as accomplished, confident, kind, thoughtful, responsible people, then you know you've done your job." That is who I see in front of me today. You are accomplished, confident, kind, thoughtful, and responsible young adults, and this is only the beginning of what you will achieve out there in the world. We cannot wait to see what is next for you. At this time, graduates, please, if you know where they're seated, take a moment with me and thank all the important people out there with you here tonight. Give them a wave if you want. They are your teachers, your coaches, parents and guardians, your chosen family and supporters, and all the people who helped you get to this moment in your young lives. So thank you, all of you. School Board Director Hampson, as Assistant Principal of Roosevelt High School, I formally present and recommend the graduation, students of the graduating class of 2022 from Roosevelt High School. These students have met all the graduation requirements and are deserving of honors, rights, and privileges pertain thereto. Do you accept?
Thank you, Assistant Principal Proctor. By the authority vested in me as School Board Director of Seattle Public Schools, I recognize and accept the 2022 graduates of Roosevelt High School, and I approve of the granting of their diplomas. Congratulations.
Before we continue with the diplomas, I would like to invite to the podium a few of our student speakers, Madeline Mulick and Miles Mawa, presenting a piece of spoken word.
Hello. Welcome, one and all, to the graduation of the finest graduating class of Roosevelt High School, the class of 2022. We are so happy that you came to listen to Miles and I speak, and we know that you've heard a lot of us throughout the years, so to keep things moving, we out.
Maddie, where do you think you're going? We still have 4 minutes and 30 seconds left. I haven't even gotten to say something so cliche like, I don't know about you.
But I'm feeling 22. But you just did it.
Did what?
Had the crowd respond after singing, I don't know about you.
But I didn't get to weave it seamlessly into my speech. I just kind of said it all of a sudden like, I don't know about you. Yeah.
All right, enough is enough. Let's just take a walk down memory lane, shall we?
We shall. Picture this, our first day of high school, fresh from middle school, wearing Lululemon leggings, straight-cut jeans with tennis shoes, and a soon-to-be obsolete gift card to American Eagle. With hopes and dreams and, let's be honest, stereotypes of what high school would be like from our favorite movies, High School Musical 2, and Lemonade Mouth.
Now, we soon learned that high school is not what our favorite movies make it out to be. It's challenging. It's full of scary seniors, loads of homework, stressful extracurricular activities, and not enough time in the day to finish it all. But soon enough, we got into the swing of things and learned that high school can be pretty entertaining. Skip to sophomore year, things are going well, we're no longer freshmen, and we can sort of handle the work assigned to us. But then coming off the high, that was winter ball, something big happened.
A broken ceiling from too much moshing.
No, but I did forget about that.
Not being able to boo the freshmen?
Ooh, not that.
What is it?
COVID-19, dun, dun, dun. And boom, we're at home and online for the next year. Our whole world has changed. Hey, Miles, when we came back to school this year, did it or did it not feel like we were still sophomores?
Not even a question. I felt like I had to step into impossibly big shoes, like I was the oldest kid at the kids' table.
Yeah.
Except, I guess in this case, the rest of the kids don't know what the kids' table is, what it looks like, or even how to sit at it.
Yeah. And then on top of that, we're supposed to mentor the freshmen, which, I mean, failed miserably.
Yeah. But what did we expect? We can't even keep a principal for more than a year, let alone the freshman's attention.
That's a good point. Okay.
Okay.
We've got 2 minutes left. We gotta get our heads in the game. Okay, we have some spoken words for you all, so listen up. There's this quote by Maya Angelou. People will forget what you said, people will forget what you do, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Let me tell you, my journal and my therapist know all about these feelings. Now I'm gonna ask you to close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and out. Center yourself in this moment in Memorial Stadium, Roosevelt class of 2022 graduation. I'm going to ask you to think about some moments within the last 4 years. Starting with a time someone made you feel like a somebody. Their actions made your day, your week, your month, your year. How did this make you feel? Take a deep breath in and out. Now think about a time someone hurt you. Their comment, actions, or words ruined your mood. How did that make you feel? Now take another deep breath in and out. I now want you to focus on another point of view. Think about a time you have made someone's day. You made them smile and you brightened their mood. How did this make you feel? Take a deep breath in and out. Now think of a time when you hurt someone, whether it was intentional or not, whether it was a joke or not. How did this make you feel? How did this make them feel? Now remember, you've already thought of a moment in high school when you felt hurt. So take one more last deep breath in and out. My dear class of 2022, citizens of the United States, and people with so much ahead of you, I ask you one thing, not as your president, not as a leader, but as your peer, your friend, your classmate. Think about your actions. Think about your impact. Put yourself in another person's shoes and really think about how you want to treat people. When you look back and reflect on who you were in high school, I want you to think about this moment. I have a couple requests. Love yourself first, always, and love the people around you. Show them how much you care by treating them as you wish to be treated. Thank you.
All right, it's my turn. This is a kind of a secret, but I'm ready to share it with all of you. I love the arts. I know, so shocking. And most of you know me as a dancer first, but I love creating in every aspect. So on this very, very special day, I'd like to share a poem I wrote with all of you. There's more to us than meets the eye. Blinded by our own individualism, a flower blooms every time you give someone the room to be. More than that person you exchanged a few words with at a party. More than, did you do the assignment due today? More than those 3 fire emojis you commented under a post. There's perseverance. We survived a 2-year-long pandemic, an intense election, and a lot of racism, misogyny, and homophobia sprinkled throughout. Not to mention, we've got the scars to prove it. There's more to us than meets the eye. Though sometimes when I look at y'all, I see blank stares in the classroom, I'm so beautifully reminded that you have passions, siblings you care so deeply for, careers that you're working towards, and trauma that you're working through. There's more to you than meets the eye. And likewise, there's more to me than meets the eye. More than the only guy you saw on dance team freshman year, more than the person spitting intellectual bars on the Zoom panels, more than the eager yellow but not so simple sponge. I spent countless nights awake wondering how I was going to get through this year. Quite honestly, wondering if something life-altering would grant me an escape rope out. But the amazing thing is, that's what college is for. A chance to start anew where we get to make ourselves into anything we want, anything we dream. So let's show the world exactly that. Because you know, I know, and even that bird perched atop this stadium knows there's more to us than meets the eye. Thank you.
All right, everybody. It's time for us to close out.
Thank you for sharing your eyes and ears with us.
And since we already did that whole Taylor Swift shtick, all we have to say is, Happy graduation! All right, we will now be introducing Ula, the chosen valedictorian.
When I moved to the United States at the end of the 8th grade, I found myself grappling with a feeling I had never felt before, being lost. Somehow it was harder to make my way through the quiet residential streets of Northeast Seattle than to navigate the heated chaos of Bangkok. The thought of counting out change to pay for a King County bus ticket terrified me. I couldn't even separate a nickel from a dime, but asked me to cram onto a Thai motorcycle with 3 other people in the rush to school, and I wouldn't blink an eye. But more than that, I was lost, in that when I moved, I left my community behind. In the initial shock of being uprooted from one side of the world to the other, I opted to stay invisible. I was with many of you at Eckstein in your final semester, grasping for any threads of comfort after realizing that I had become only an observer of my class rather than part of my class. On the last day of middle school, I didn't cry. There was a gaping void inside of me, and this summer going into high school, I promised myself that over the next 4 years, I would fill it somehow. And so, I made a plan. Take a breath. Watch. Learn. Find inspiration in the people around me, seek out a new community, rediscover my voice, take to my pen with eagerness as if I was writing for the first time, dig for the wells of deep-rooted joy I know are possible to find at Roosevelt, move with purpose, cram every nook and cranny of my being with unadulterated curiosity and drive. For the first time since moving, I finally had an itch to explore, to not only be inspired, but to really work to inspire others. I quickly realized that to do this new mission of mine justice, I needed to pry my world open a little wider. My 6 periods a day and the immediate walk home was not enough. I needed a departure from my solitary routine. At Roosevelt, I needed to throw myself into cross-country invitationals, to sing unwritten on the bus rides home and scream for Claire when she would lap me in competition. I needed to be overwhelmed watching Eloise or Alec or Miles sing, bringing the house down. I needed to be alongside Rana as they argued so compassionately to the top of debate tournaments. I needed to be at a loss for words listening to Roosevelt's senior concertos. I needed to see our women's softball team kick the door down at state despite starting their season without a coach. I needed to be pushed ahead by the vibrancy, dedication, and heart that this class is so full of, that you all are so full of. I needed to be here, present with my current community, exploring, learning, fighting my way forward. It has not been easy, not for me, not for any of us, because as much as I have seen the richness in our class, I have also witnessed the bone-deep tiredness that I and many of my other fellow students of color have carried with us each day we've walked up Roosevelt's front steps. I have felt the burning weight on my shoulders get heavier just when I thought it couldn't anymore, with each new microaggression, each threat, each new soundbite glossing over violence against people who look like me or one of my classmates. But we are resilient, and we are here at graduation. And as a mixed student, as a Chinese, Filipino, Croatian American, I not only want to congratulate the people of color in our class, but all of the other marginalized students who have had to climb mountains because of their identities to get here. Roosevelt's LGBTQ+ students, its disabled students, its low-income students, just to name a few, your presence here is a triumph in itself. Many of us Many of us did not climb that mountain quietly. We were loud in our discomfort, some of us sharing our burden with those walking alongside us, the friends, family, and mentors willing to shoulder it, willing to care. Keep being loud, because to create a community, one that is vibrant and that elevates all of its members, to do that, we have needed to cultivate a sense of family amongst ourselves. We have needed to be loud, and we have needed to listen. This year has been a practice in building not just a community, but a community with real heart and determination to transform when it has been long overdue. This class has started to tear down Roosevelt's fear of change. Unity and Diversity Day, our Black Lives Matter panels, student-written articles asking whether it is time to rethink our school mascot. You did that. This class did that. Exploring with, learning from, and fighting alongside all of you has been a privilege and a joy. Continue to stoke that fire within you, that hunger and taste for reform. Soon you will find yourself facing your own chasms to cross, your own voids to fill. I only ask that we all promise ourselves, as I did going into Roosevelt, to make a plan, watch, learn. Dig for the wells of deep-rooted joy we know are possible to find as we leave this stadium and enter into the world. Move with purpose, cram every nook and cranny of our beings with unadulterated curiosity and drive. Push for change and chase the things we love with eagerness, as if there were nothing holding us back. Do yourselves and your communities an extension of the self, justice. Work to inspire the people around you as much as you work to find inspiration in them. Be loud, be eager, and find it in yourself to care enough to build a new family wherever you find yourself next. While I didn't cry in 8th grade, I made today, because I will miss the family I have found here dearly. Thank you, Roosevelt, class of 22.
Hi, everyone. It's working. That's great. Awesome. I'm Ruben Berg.
I'm Tara Zhong.
And this is Cameron Mosquito, and we're going to be performing the prayer. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's perfect. Thank you.
I pray you be your eyes and watch as we're weak.
pray we'll find your
I
light.
pray you'll find your light
And hold it in our hearts.
and hold it in our
When
hearts.
stars go out each
When
night,
stars go out each night,
remind us where you are.
ooh,
Let this be our prayer.
let this be your prayer.
Shadows fill our day.
Shadows fill our day.
Lead us to a place,
Guide us with your grace
to a place where we'll be safe. A world where pain and sorrow will be ended, where every heart that's broken will be mended, and we'll remember we are all God's children, reaching out to touch you, reaching to the sky. We ask that life be kind.
We ask that life be kind
And watch us from above.
and watch us from above.
We hope each soul will find
We hope his soul will find
another soul to love.
another soul to love.
Let this be our prayer.
Let this be your prayer.
Just like every child.
Just like every child.
Need to find a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be safe. Lead us to a place. Guide us with your grace. Give us faith so we'll be
Thank you for that wonderful performance. I'd like to now introduce Miss Cindy Jatul as our keynote speaker.
I'd like to begin with a short poem I wrote a number of years ago under the influence of my jazz-playing stepdad, Lion Zeisler. It begins. It always begins where it begins, where there are no endings. Right here, right now, it is always beginning. You need proof? I have none, just my old soul who says so. So let's begin again. It always begins where it begins. Greetings, Roosevelt graduating class, families and colleagues. This is a farewell address, and what I really want to say to you, I'll paraphrase up front so you won't miss it. I want to sing your praises for all that you as students, colleagues, and families have given me in terms of experiences, challenges, insights, and all manner of human give and take. I hope tonight to in some way return the favor of your gifts. I first met you, teenage students, when I worked as a nurse practitioner. I saw that as individuals, you were not the sassy, bravado-filled, impulsive ones that you can be with your crowd, your friends, your compatriots. I learned how to gain your trust and confidence by being non-judgmental and confidential. When I first started teaching in Linwood, my classroom was unruly. I didn't quite know how to be in charge, to be critical, to be a disciplinarian. One day a boy stood up and shouted, "I can't take it anymore." I learned I had to take more control, but I'm not sure I was ever that successful. Some of my classes continued to break down into moments of chaos. Partially, I don't really believe you should have all had to be schooled the way we do school, expecting you to move through 6 classes a day, to sit and do your seat time, to listen most of the day, and do homework at night. Fortunately, you have had some alternatives in discussions, labs, music, art, and drama. You have, though, put in a lot of long days of endless classes. Here I am lecturing again. If you give me your patience, I'll try to explain. This won't be a lecture. Please don't take notes. Don't even listen to every word, only the ones that move you, if any do. Today, I'm a storyteller, I'm a poet, a teacher who went on leave at the end of first semester for shoulder surgery. So I feel gratitude to be here to speak these words to you. I'm grateful for the moments like those in which Spencer, who called me Jatuliuliuliulius. Jatulius was my Lithuanian grandfather's name. Spencer told me he didn't care about biology, but still he learned science from me. For Xing, who left us her incredible artwork of 4 green goddesses she created for our first sustainability fair. For Thomas, who hugged me on the teacher's strike line in 2015 and told me my influence helped propel him to do organizing work with migrant farm workers in the Bellingham area. For Anna, who came back to my class to teach a lesson on how she was applying molecular biology in undergraduate research. For Quinn, Owen, Theo, Javi, the jazz guys, incredible musicians who can also talk DNA. And of course, Grace, on bass, also amazing at immunology. For Karen, working at the UW Institute for Stem Cell and Regenerative Medicine, who emailed wondering if I remember her? Of course I do. For Lucas, who photoshopped my face onto a Nordic skier gift suggesting that I use fluorescent proteins to light my way for night skiing. That's a great biotech idea. Mira has actually studied and depicted a way to grow fluorescent trees to replace streetlights. I could go on because there are so many of you, but the point is that in your expression of what was learned and gained, gifts were shared. I want to stand here and thank you for making it all worthwhile. Thank you for sharing your learning and aspirations with us. One thing I hope I gave you while teaching at Roosevelt High School was the gift of more morning sleep. I helped lead the biology-based campaign to bring us to more reasonable start times. Imagine asking teens to start school at 7:50. It was not only unrealistic, but deeply unhealthy. Currently, I am working with the district Clean Energy Task Force to completely rid all of our buildings and transportation of fossil fuels in a just transition built on good-paying jobs. May we succeed and improve your chances of living in a habitable environment. I hope this will be a gift to you. One last lesson. Oh, sigh. It turns out that every form of life on this planet, from the microorganisms to the plants, fungus, and animals, were all cellular. It's how we all began, as one cell. You might recall that day when you were a single cell. So, this means there is an incredible unity to life, and it goes back billions of years to the very first cells to have found their way to live in Earth's waters. What this means is that for all the problems we face, and who needs to list our existential challenges of the day, as I know you feel them in your bones. Whatever our challenges, we should and we can look to nature for some advice. Why? Because cellular life, in all its forms, has been dealing with the major challenges of how to get energy, how to get food, how to get water, how to reproduce, how to pass on life. When you look to nature for guidance, you will see struggle, competition, killing, and suffering. It is true, but you will also see extensive collaboration, cross-species sharing, nurturing, recycling, resource conservation, and yes, delight and joy in existence. Just look no further than the otter surfing belly up on the waves, cracking urchins to eat, making it possible for great kelp forests to thrive, making it possible for countless species of fish to grow up. Look at the fungal mycelium underfoot and the complexity of nutrient sharing that goes plant to plant, plant to fungus, fungus to plant. That complexity of sharing supports forests and farms alike. There are times when fighting is necessary, when killing is the only way to ensure existence. Yet, nature shows us that such violence is only necessary in limited situations. Nature shows us that most of why life on our earth is as varied and beautiful as it is due to finding ways to share, return, not overconsume the gifts of nutrients, energy, air, water, and land each and every one of us cellular beings needs. This is my story, the story from an aged biological science teacher who wants to thank you for learning from your teachers, and for sharing with us your days of angst and joy and getting through adolescence and high school. Congratulations to you all. You have achieved a great deal. You deserve to celebrate and revel in this moment of completion, this moment of liberation and new horizons. Even if you learned little from me or this speech, I will still thank you for sharing the becoming of who you are. Now, if I can't teach you, All you need to do is look deeply at nature, and you will find answers. For life is a struggle, but living beings have figured out how to thrive. They have been doing this for billions of years. The simple basics are: take only what you need. Extend reciprocity, as in asking, what can I do for you? Here I must give credit to Robin Kimmerer, Potawatomi indigenous scientist, for writing and speaking about the need for reciprocity with the natural world. Perhaps a shift away from the European industrialized mode of domination and competition in favor of cooperation. For nature isn't anything if not a weave of interconnectedness. And finally, be adaptable, because change is constant. Take only what you need, extend reciprocity, and be adaptable. May you have these strengths. May you share your gifts. May you love your life and live well. Thank you, graduating class of 2022.
I'd like to welcome our readers to the podium.
Marco Aronson.
Yusuf Umar Date.
Noah Slapin Bernard.
Eleanor Bram Buchanan.
Georgia Frances Boone.
Megan Elizabeth Aguirre.
Allie Elizabeth Bradley.
Adelaide Bullard.
Jinan Assad.
Dylan Bullard.
Thomas Barbano.
Gavin Quinan Allen.
Kaylin Umar Bayaskalan.
Jaden Turner Beck.
Rylan Yoshio Bushor.
Holden Spotswood Abramonte.
Ava Elise Chavez.
Jack William Arnold.
Aisa Saylor.
Oliver Russell Alt.
Elliot Matthew Bond.
Amina Sadia Al-Bahadi.
Hank Blum.
Is it me? Sophia Catalina Araya Bain.
Ryan Leal Boyle.
Keely Faye Elizabeth Beardsley.
Arrow Swanson Burkle.
Alberto Renato Ariola Jr.
Avi Berman.
Kendra Christine Black.
Carter Baptista Allen.
Evan James Blakely.
George Conrad Brumder.
Evan Alfred Blankenship.
Colin Aaron Bruce.
Henry Russell Bear.
Ashlyn Gail Bryson Bean.
Tigran Avakayan.
Kate Andy.
McAllister Baxter.
Layla Carson Brewer.
Julian Bay.
Claire E. Bricknell.
Nick Dubar.
Ava Barbara Tamara Atkins.
Masha Yelena Campbell.
Cohen Patrick Brasilano.
Gabriel Bryant Caton.
Claire Jane Archer.
Mariko Ando Karskadin.
Elise Cummings.
Alden Kantara.
Ella Shizuko Cardi.
Parker Williams Casaza.
Mercer Grayson Clark.
Oliver Kainoi Naluai Chikani.
Ryan Mitchell Crow.
Rafaela Charenzia.
Joseph Matthew Davis.
Ella Hanling Chu.
Nicholas Aiden Canto.
Marcus Carr Charlson.
Katie Lee Chalungpung.
Levi Daniel Collette.
Joseph Bayard Dale.
Ava Louise Connolly.
Andrew Thomas Champagne.
Claire Martine Curtis.
Matthew Costello.
Marco Dakanai.
Jay Choi.
Alicia Isabella Doda.
Ursula Maeve Debray.
Rana Islami.
Ella Zoe Chatalis.
Milo Rainsford Evans.
Hanhun Chue.
John Padraig Evans.
Rain Christian.
Garrett Matthew Estep.
Silas Columbara.
Blake Edward Connor.
Patricia Dabert DeQuitt.
Reed Allen Esberg.
Keegan Jack Dauphiné Bachelor.
Alexander David Fishman.
Louise Rose DeLarco.
Sydney Marguerite Hearn.
Gabrielle Marie Denono.
Mackenzie Elise Gregg.
Jacqueline Sophia Dahlberg.
Mira Zane Hart.
Lucas Park D. Giuseppe.
Audrey E. Henricks.
Hans Frederick Fowl.
Caroline Leary Goodnow.
Connor James Ham.
Max Logan Gillespie.
Connor Lewis Essler.
Paige Elizabeth Gottlieb.
Benjamin Noel Corthell.
Claire Helen Harrington.
Miles Gray Falcone.
Owen Tucker Gwynn.
Bowen Scott Erickson.
Javier McChesney Gonzalez.
Wyatt Bush Frazier.
Connor Joseph Flanagan.
Charles Gregory Griffith.
Zoe Hagan.
Vincent Robert Fetty.
Thomas Raymond Gregory Harden.
Corinne Catlin Fisher.
Sabrina Yohaz Henthorn.
Mia Grace Garnett.
Richard Thomas Hemmen.
Isabel Ann Gepford.
Nathaniel James Ferrero.
Kate Louise Henney.
Ethan William Genoway.
Olivia Rose Getz.
Maisie Eva Margaret Grosskopf.
Ellison Ann Wong.
Elise Skirky.
Liam Riley Hutchinson.
Quentin Kondrak.
Finn Furman.
Jackson Thomas Jobs.
Willem Douglas Hamilton.
Andrew Akira Lindgren.
William Hoeing.
Gabino Anthony Lopez.
Gabriel Evan Hoeing.
Jordan Lejeune Jones.
Jack Matthew Hewitt.
Noel Paz Puizan.
Dylan Jacob Hume.
Emerson Kyle.
Andrew Cooper Fortney.
Luke Johnson.
Robert Geiler.
Henry Kimmel.
Sonia Elizabeth Fuse.
Morgan Julian.
Daniel Patrick Gordon.
Daniel Jefferson.
Aiden Glenn Hunter.
Kevin Liu.
Joey Yanez.
Sarah Jade Kaiser.
Annika Capri Jewett.
Seda Udell Callback.
Nicole Marka Jewett.
Alec Lai.
Emma Elizabeth Lentz.
Ari Johns.
Lila Jensen.
Ryan Elizabeth Jansen.
Pei Jun Huang.
Sarah Latchman Shake.
Liam Carl Jacobs.
Grace Virginia Costi.
Caden John Huff.
Oliver Wendell Mickelson.
Marquez Lee Jackson.
Keller Dane Goggin.
Francois de Paul Wani Basufari.
Wyatt Gregory Jordan.
Chloe Nakaya Matanya.
Cabe Fisher Kirk.
Eloise Jane Mugwire.
Nicholas Charles Calberer.
Serafina Nicole Miller.
Tanner Nels Johnson.
Grace Molinaro.
Booker Finley J.
Deanna Martinez.
Catherine Faith James.
Ella Charlotte McMillan.
Olivia Grace Kelly.
Duncan Finley Muchmore.
Fiona Beck Jennings.
Nathan Mateo Manning.
Catherine Margaret Ingram.
Isabella Grace Mansfield.
Eva Lena Lieber.
Nico Mills.
Olivia Noel Leland.
Michael Grant Malcolm.
Maya Stella Lee.
Disney Montana.
Tristan Lockhart.
Ava Rose Moss.
Kira Ann Landgraf.
Sean Joaquin Murdoch Oxarm.
Sapphire Isis Charlotte LaRougetel.
Grace Nize.
Jude Rung Zhang.
Athena Chantel Ottovan Askervald.
Kai Roy Maury.
Valley Monroe Olson.
Selesh Solomon Matosa.
Adrian Esteban Pasos.
William John Mueller.
Seamus Maxwell O'Brien.
Anne Ellen McGrath Flynn.
Danilo Petrovic.
Josephine Mora Morris.
Mark Douglas Paget.
Miles Christopher Miller.
Andrew Robert Pickett.
Connor Alexander Macias.
Kevin Portillo Alvarado.
Samuel Tate Mangeris.
Bennett Gary Quaid.
William James Roll Mills.
Laura Olivia Rexford.
Colton David Marati.
Liam James Randall.
Colin David McBride.
Benjamin Cole Rasmussen Thuma.
Joseph Keiji Matsumoto.
Jack Rasmussen Thuma.
Connor Keon Masinchi.
Gabrielle Rashon.
Nevena Martinovic.
Nicholas James Rockwell.
Sahil Kale Novetsky.
Kyan Jacob Rowe.
Alexandra Jamie Murdoch Oxorn.
Sydney Morgan Rudder.
Rachel Lacar Nolander.
Eloise Margaret Sachs.
Thea Simone North.
Jonathan Adam Shirley.
Min Nguyen.
Liam Hart Shiley.
Amar Omer.
Riley Bacon Selig.
Elliot Aaron Malmon Goldberg.
Mariko Schoen.
Gracie Rosemarie Orm.
Sloan Francis Salinas.
Sophia Lynn Otaki.
Lara Asya Schwartz.
Hannah Addison Ogborn.
Hallie Lauren Sauer.
Anna Catherine Pettis.
Arabella Jane Pickett.
Maya Quinn Sigler Pena.
Aiden Alfred Summers.
Anna Catherine Pruce.
Liam Edward Sobey.
Drew Ford Negri.
Shalalit Shega.
Connor Evan Reidenauer.
Ari Ware Snyder.
Aiden Russell Reed.
Kira Louise Stewart.
Noah James Rudink.
Naomi Suver.
Owen Michael Ragoti.
Lucy Elizabeth Thackeray.
Alejandro Julian Roca.
William Pig Swap.
Nathan Joseph Rayner.
Tina Tien.
Maudlin August Rush.
B. Tatum.
Elizabeth Rep.
Lena Jane Sexsmith. She's not here.
Kara Margaret Rosenberg.
Tatum Lee Stansfield.
Nicole Simone Ross.
Catherine McKay Thorson.
Aaliyah Janae Sayer.
Garrett James Salas.
Hannah Marie Teether.
Elam Rousseau.
Ezra.
Theodore.
Go ahead. Ezra Girma Sime.
Theodore Yohalam Schaus.
Adonai Tesfu.
Maeve Elijah Noam Stroop.
Ujagar Singh.
Maya Elizabeth Sisk.
Arwin Elise Vaughn.
Robert Russell Towsley.
Maya Van Zylen.
Ella Elizabeth Tracy.
Mia Lee White.
Ina Stork.
Eris Kaylee Witten.
Sage Marie Ada Swanson.
Celeste Ezat Waba.
Megan Keilani Spring.
Miley Milan Wong.
Jackson Rellis Reed Smith.
Cedar Frank Watson.
Sebastian Robert Stables.
Owen Walzer Mitchell.
Eleanor Jane Steele.
Alexander James Wag.
Sophie Ellen Stetkevich.
Albert Wang.
Hannah Takliti.
Wyatt James Wise.
Kisanet A. Tesfa.
Joshua Paul Wong.
Lucy Tanner.
Nolan Elwin Wilson.
Samantha Wellman Teal.
Rowan Hovannes Wood.
Lucas Christopher Tuppeny.
Peter Joseph Weber.
Grace Pearl Tesasolon.
Fiona Sawaya Wilmer.
Crimson S. Trumbull.
Haley Noel Weisner.
Sam Wilson.
Zoe May Ward Smith.
Callum Walls.
Anna Ingera Wells.
Shayna M. Walker Pedowitz.
Lucas Toller Wells.
Quinn Patrick Wademeyer.
Anthony Zhang.
Faith Marie Wilstead.
Julian Wade.
Isaac David Wheeler.
Lucia Mack Young.
Kyle Hendrick Wang.
Elroy Yayiso.
Lena Maria Witt.
Maida Hassan Yusuf.
Colin Chase Vanderberg.
Iris McCarty Webb.
Samuel David Vile.
Annika Marie Whitney.
Joseph Hebner Vila.
Julia Sarah Zasloff.
Charles Francis Weber.
Abigail Ann Zapone.
Oliver Landon Whitmarsh.
Sophia Rose Walton.
Matthew Neal Yoder.
Joshua Taehoon Yi.
Evan Tanner Yuri.
Rasa Yagmai.
Zishuan Zhou.
Aiden Wagner.
Evan Patrick Tennell Wolf.
Ruben Samuel Berg.
Johnny Gibson Warden.
Cameron Luke Mosquito.
Ula Ekmachich.
Deborah Jane Simons.
Tara Zhang.
Lauren Ann Guys.
Miles Mawa.
Skylar Viola Dukes.
Madeline Abigail Mulick.
All right. Great work, team. Staff, please stand and move to the back to form the exit tunnel from the middle aisle towards the northwest exit. Graduates, our ceremony is nearing its completion. However, before we finish, we want to remind everyone how we'll exit from the stadium. Family and guests, we ask that you remain in your seats until all graduates have been dismissed from their seats. They will exit out the northwest field level exit from the stadium and head to the International Fountain. For the guests seated to my left in the south section of our stadium, please exit through the tunnels and the rolling doors underneath the stands by the restrooms. For guests seated to my right in the north section, after the students have left, you may come down to the stadium field and use the field exit, or you may exit from the gates you entered through. Graduates, our staff is going to be waiting to celebrate your graduation as you exit the stadium. Once the ceremony is finished, the ushers will dismiss each row in reverse order, starting with the back row. Please walk through the tunnel and up to the International Fountain where you can connect with your family and friends. Will the Roosevelt High School graduating class of 2022 please stand? The turning of the tassels from right to left represents the moment when you move from a student to a graduate. I'm thrilled to be here tonight to welcome you to a family of nearly 100 years of graduates of Roosevelt High School. Will the class of 2022 please turn your tassels? Family and friends, it is my immense pleasure to present to you the Roosevelt High School graduating class of 2022.